Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. My name is Brennan Childs and I'm a pianist here on YouTube. Today I'm going to be showing you an in-depth piano tutorial for the song Creep by Radiohead. I did a cover of this on my channel a few years back. This is an arrangement that I made for this song and I'm going to take you through start to finish, show you how to play the whole thing. Before we get started, I do want to invite you to subscribe to my channel. It does help me out a lot on YouTube, and it also helps you guys out because then you don't miss out on any of my future content. And with that, let's get right into it. So before we get started, I'm going to go ahead and do a playthrough of the entire arrangement that you'll be learning today. Basically, the left hand is going to be doing a repeating pattern, which is in the original song played on guitar, and then your right hand is going to be doing the vocal melody. We're going to start with the left hand pattern, and what we're going to be doing in the left hand is called an arpeggio, and what that means is it's a broken chord. A chord is a group of 3 or more keys played at the same time, like that. When you break up a chord, you can do that all up and down the piano. That is an arpeggio. So we're going to be doing 4 different ones, starting with your pinky here on G. Then what you want to do is move up to D, and then have your thumb stretch up to G. So you're basically doing G, D, G. Then you cross over to B with your third finger, pointer finger on D. Then you go up to G, D, B, back down to D and B. So that's, okay, now we add a little extra thing into this arpeggio where basically our thumb is gonna add in this key right next to the G, which is the A. So you go A, D, B. So all together. Okay, then you go back down to G, and D and B, and then you go G, D. So all together, nice and slow, I'm gonna show you this pattern. Full speed. Now we're moving to a new arpeggio. So that was G, and you're basically repeating G, B, D, and then you're adding in that extra A. But the chord is G, B, D, that you're repeating all up and down the piano. Okay, so then you move up to a new arpeggio, which is your pinky here on B, pointer finger up to F sharp, thumb to B, cross over to this D sharp, F, up to B. So those three keys that you're repeating are B, D sharp, F sharp. So we're just skipping that middle one, right? So that our thumb can reach over to B, and then we hit that middle one with our third finger. So it's B, F sharp, B, D sharp, F sharp, B, back down to F sharp, D sharp. Now, we add in this extra C key here. So earlier we were adding in the A right next to the G. Now we're adding the C right next to the B. So a way to memorize it is just the key immediately next to it. So up to C, F sharp, D sharp. And then you go back down to B, F sharp, D sharp, B, F sharp. So we're ending on that one. So the pattern all together. Try it with me. Okay, now we move up to pinky on C, pointer finger G, thumb C, cross over, add that E, pointer finger G, C, back down to G, E, up to D, G, E, C, G, E, C, G. All together. Now the last arpeggio you do is very similar to that C, but you're just dropping this key down to D sharp. So keeping that in mind, it's now C with pinky, G, pointer finger, C. Now instead of crossing over to E, we do D sharp, G, C, G, D sharp, D, G, D sharp, C, G, D sharp, C, G. So that's okay, so I'm going to play through all four of them, and there should be no delay between when you go from one arpeggio to the next. In other words, there's no pause in between. So it's just one fluid motion and a lot of moving the keys. So it's going to take a little bit of practice, but I'm going to go ahead and play through slow and then full speed how it should sound. Full speed. Okay, I do want to point something out here. Later in the song, it changes ever so slightly, and I'm going to show you some of the ways that it will change. So for example, when you're doing the arpeggio, sometimes it ends early. And this will make more sense when I'm showing you both hands together, but I just want to let you guys know in case you're like, oh, Brennan's playing it differently later in the video. That is just because sometimes for a little, I guess, musical effect, you kind of end it early and you let the right hand shine a little bit. So don't stress about that too much. And then sometimes later in the song, you don't add in that extra top key. You just keep playing the 3 earlier ones. It would sound like this if you shortened it. Hold it out. See? So you can end it at any point. You're just kind of pausing the little pattern. With an arpeggio, it really doesn't matter what key you end on because you're basically repeating the same 3 keys. Like I said, don't stress too much about it if it doesn't sound exactly the way that I played it. So sometimes later in the song, we won't add that extra key in. We'll just repeat those 3 instead of going up to the A. So like I said, these are very subtle things, but if you don't want to do it that way and it's too much to remember, you can just play it the exact way that I taught a minute ago. I do want to say that the pedal for this song generally follows the right hand arpeggios. So what you want to do is push down the pedal. Now, as soon as you hit the next one, this B key, you lift off the pedal and push back down. Lift, push down. Lift, push down. So basically the first key of each arpeggio is when you're lifting off the pedal and pushing back down. So now what we're gonna do is learn the entire right hand. So starting here on 4th finger on A, and you go A, G, F sharp, G. So it's A, G, F sharp, G. Then it's A, G, F sharp, hold it out. Then you go A, G, F sharp, G, E, D, C. A, G, F sharp. So all together. Okay, so now it's you float like a feather. So it's G, A, G, F sharp, G, D. And you can add in this C, B, or you can just hold out the D. And then it's A, G, F sharp. Next part it's do, 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 do. So it's A, G, B, G. Then you go A, G, B flat, G. And then it gets into the chorus, I'm a creep. Okay, so it does help to go along because we're learning lyrics. It's a little hard to memorize. What you could do is you can play the original song and match your keys to his vocals. I'm gonna go through that second section here without talking. Then it goes to G, G, B, B. Then it goes to G, B, B, F sharp, E, D sharp. So it's, hold that out. So the left hand's playing. G, B, B, F sharp, E, D sharp. Then it goes up to B, B, C, B, B, A, B. So that's, then it goes to G, A, G, B flat, G. Okay, and then basically the song kind of similarly starts over, back to the beginning, different lyrics. So it's A, G, F sharp, G. Then it's A, G, F sharp, F sharp. So it's A, G, F sharp, G, D, C, B. A, G, F sharp, A, G, B, G. A, G, B flat, G. Then it goes to G, G, B, B. Then it goes to G, B, B, F sharp, E, D sharp. Then it goes up to B, B, C, B, B, A, B. Then it goes to G, A, G, B flat, G. Now we get to a new part in the right hand. So it's D, C, D, C. We jump up here to G, fourth finger, A, G, F sharp with our pointer finger, D, D sharp, F sharp, B, A, G, hold it out. Then it goes G, A, G, D, D sharp, up to F, G, A, G. We hold the G out. Down to F sharp, A, G, F sharp, G. Okay, so then we jump up to fourth finger on A, G, F sharp, G, D. Hold that out. Then you go up to A, G, F sharp, hold that out. G, G, A, G, B, G, 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 A, G, B flat, D. Now to the chorus. G, G, B, B, G, B, B, F sharp, E, D sharp, B, B, C, B, B, A, B, G, A, G, B flat, G. Now lastly, we go G, A, G, B, G, and that's the end. Okay, so like I said, for that right hand, it's hard to kind of memorize it when I'm naming out each of the keys. So what I recommend is listening to that original song and matching your keys that we learned to the lyrics. But what I'm gonna do is go through full speed the entire right hand for the whole song, leaving out that left hand. Here we go. so now we're gonna go ahead and put both hands together here. So starting in the left hand, we do 4 full arpeggios before the right hand comes in. Okay, here's where you come in nice and slow. So both G's in at the same time. Now we move to B. G ends at the F sharp. Now we move to E and C. So ending there. Next to this one. So basically you're coming in on the right hand as you're kind of at the tail end of each arpeggio. The timing is a little bit tricky, so we're going to go through again without talking. Now we come in, back to G. So see how that kind of sounds a little weird with that left hand pattern? That's what I mean when I talked about earlier, is I kind of just stay on that one. Because you're going down here to C, B, if you hit this A here, which is normally part of the pattern, it kind of sounds clashy. So that's when I do what I was talking about earlier, where I just kind of continue on the G, G, D, B. So it's move up to B. Up to C. See how I kind of ended it earlier there? Back to G. See, clashy, so we change it. Now, well, after that we hit that B, we go up to C. After that B flat is when we move to the, here's where we come in on the chorus. So right after that G, B, B, we start over on G. Up to B. So see how that clashes again? So what we want to do is next one. Next one. Now this is where the song starts over. Next one. Next one. Next one. Next one. So see how I'm continuing on this? Just think of it as adding like filler notes, like adding more fullness to the song. Again, I'm just alternating between three keys. I know it seems a little confusing, and I am trying to teach it as easily as possible. But like I said, you don't really have to worry about which order of the three keys you hit. It's more about keeping the rhythm and the timing. Carrying on where we left off. Now we go up to here, right when we hit the G. Right after we hit that D sharp is when we move to the B. Now we move up to C. Now when we hit D sharp, we do the last arpeggio on the left hand. Over. Down to F sharp when you hit the B. Up to G. Repeat G. Okay, so now we have that tail end of the song, and what I like to do in the left hand is just take those four chords that we've been repeating arpeggio style and play them up high on the piano. So starting with, so it's G, B, D, up to B, D sharp, F sharp, up to C, E, G, C, D sharp, G. So it's hold that out. Back to the beginning. And then lastly, we go back to this G. And that's the end of the song. So because there's a lot going on the left hand, it is hard to kind of tell you when to come in the right hand. So what I'm going to try and do here is just play through everything nice and slow, like slow down the full playthrough of it so that you can just hear exactly how it sounds and match your keys to mine. Here we go. Alright guys, and there you have it. That is the entire piano tutorial for the song Creep by Radiohead. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Definitely want to remind you to consider subscribing to my channel, as it really does help me out a lot here on YouTube, and I appreciate every single one of you guys. Don't forget to create art, and I'll see you guys next time.